Well, we heard extensive comments on topics ranging from China-U.S. relations, regional security, the global south, and so on. But Mr. Huang starts with laying out China's role on the diplomatic front. He says that China will stand on the right side of history and promote human progress, seeking strength through unity. He also highlighted some achievements in China's head of state diplomacy. Here's more on what he said.
2025年对中国世界
The year 2025 is important for both China and the world. There will be new highlights in China's head of state diplomacy. Last month, President Xi attended the opening ceremony of the Beijing Winter Games, marking the beginning of the diplomatic events that China will host this year. We will solemnly commemorate the 80th anniversary of the victory in the Chinese People's War of Resistance against Japanese aggression and the World Anti-Fascist War, and hold a series of major events, including the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. President Xi is expected to make a number of overseas visits. Head of state diplomacy will write a new chapter of closer cooperation and shared success between China and the world.
Yes, there were many questions about the U.S., especially a mention of Washington's pretext for the trade war, which is that China is playing a role on the fentanyl crisis. On that, Mr. Wang responded by saying that China actually has some of the toughest anti-narcotics measures in the world, and it's helping the U.S. curb the illegal drug on humanitarian grounds, and the U.S. cannot return good with evil. And he says that China-U.S. relations should be based on reciprocal cooperation. And he's happy to see that more countries are resonating with this idea, that the fact that three-quarters of the countries in the world have joined the Belt and Road Initiative, really supporting China's idea of building a community with a shared future for mankind. This year, China is also rotating president of the SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Mr. Wang announced that the SCO summit will be held in Tianjin in the autumn, with around 100 events across different sectors to promote exchanges under this framework. China is, of course, also a member of the Global South. Mr. Wang fielded questions from Africa and Latin American nations, and he says that the hallmark of our era is the prominent and growing strength of the Global South, and because this area contributes to 80% of global growth, and he says that development remains the central agenda going forward. Of course, he also touched on China-EU relations, with the two sides celebrating 50 years of diplomatic ties this year. So wide-ranging questions, detailed answers, really giving us a clear picture of where China stands on the global stage.